Hey guys, my name is Varrand, and in today's video I want to give you 7 tips how to reduce arm pump. The arm pump is definitely something that we all have suffered from. So this is especially for the new riders, but also accomplished long-term riders can have arm pump as well. And the problem is that the blood circulation gets slower, the old blood can't go out, your muscles don't get enough oxygen, and you will get the arm pump. And then you will have a whiskey throttle or some other type of accidents, and you just don't have the strength in your hands anymore to hold the bike. That's why I want to give you these 7 tips that can reduce it, and obviously you need to practice them and remind them, and I'm sure that they will help you too. The first tip to reduce the arm pump is that you need to warm up and stretch. So first and foremost, you need to stretch your hands like this. Stretch your muscles, get them ready, get them warm, and also it's important that you warm up before the race. Do some jogging, do some bicycling, do some exercises. Important is that you need to get your blood flowing, blood circulating, and that way you will get this new oxygen in the body, and you will be much more prepared to take the race. And also don't forget to stretch your muscles, because it's important thing. These muscles will be the most damaged. The blood gets stuck here, so make sure you stretch them, get the blood flowing, circulating in your body properly in order for the oxygen to reach the muscles. And that is the first tip to reduce the arm pump. The second tip to reduce arm pump is to set up your levers properly. So obviously you want to have the levers in the correct height. I've taught you these steps already in the previous video, but if your levers are on the proper height, then also your hand position can be on the right height. You can have your elbows up, and also you don't need to grab the lever from somewhere down here or somewhere up here, and especially when your hands are tired, then it can be really tricky to grab the lever from down here. Your hand will you will lose your grip, and this is very dangerous. So if you have your levers on the right height, you don't need to kind of grab them somewhere here, and this also kind of saves the energy in your hands, and also it is much more natural. So have the levers set properly, you can develop the correct hand positions, and having the correct hand positions don't develop the arm pump that much as well. The third step is use thinner grips. I like to use thin grips as well, although I have quite big hands. That if you have thicker grips, then it's much more to grab on, and especially if you have smaller hands, it can be difficult to grab the grip. So imagine if the grip is thicker, you have much more to grab on. But if your grips are thin, then it's easier to grab the grips, and also as it's easier, your hands get less tired and you don't develop the arm pump that bad. Fourth important step to reduce arm pump is hydrate and breathe. So breathing is actually a difficult part for me as well, because we don't think about our breathing, and usually we even forget to breathe properly. And if you don't breathe, then just naturally you don't get enough oxygen to your blood vessels that are enriching the muscles with fresh oxygen. So breathe. And the other part is that you want to hydrate, you want to have enough water in your body, which also really much helps to reduce arm pump. So especially if it's a warm day, hydrate, 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 breathe, breathe, breathe. Two really important things, easy things, but you need to think about them all the time. The fifth step to reduce arm pump is set your suspension. If your suspension is too stiff, the pressure to your hands will be much harder, and it might be a good idea to soften your suspension. So in your suspension you have clippers, you have to clip them one side or another. This video is not to teach you to adjust your suspension, so make sure to consult with your mechanic. But one thing to reduce arm pump, if you feel that your front end is too stiff, then try make the suspension a little bit softer, try to ride then. And it is really that if you have a softer front end, it doesn't pressure your hands that much, you don't have this friction that much, and this reduces arm pump as well. The sixth step is correct body position. I've taught this a lot, but most of the weight has to be on the balls of your feet and also to the knees grabbing the bike. One thing I see riders do wrong is that the weight goes on their hands. And if the weight goes to the hands, your hands will get tired much faster. The weight cannot be on the hands. You can't be on the hands, and especially if you're on the hands, you will tire your hands and your elbows go down and you will lose the body position, and then it's downwards from there. So make sure that your balls of the feet grabbing the bike properly with your knees, and you're not putting any weight on the hands. Hands are just to steer the bike. 10% of the weight goes on the hands, on the outside palms of the hands, and you don't put weight on it. Otherwise you will tire your hands much faster. Seventh step to reduce arm pump is a simple one. Just practice riding. Of course, motocross requires certain muscles to work. I would say even motocross requires all your body's muscles to work. And if you ride motocross, it develops the muscles in a way what is needed in order to ride motocross. If you haven't ridden much, obviously some of the muscles are weak also in your hand, and that's why you will weaken your hands will get tired and your muscles get tired. So easy practice is that you need to practice riding. Ride, and with this riding you will develop, you will strengthen the muscles, and therefore also your muscles get used to this riding and they get stronger as you go. I hope you enjoyed these 7 steps. Make sure to write them down, go put them into practice and really use them. And if you want to start learning motocross with me, then I have really good news to you. I just opened my online course to 7-step for riding success. This 7-step video course consists of 7 really the foundational techniques you need in order to ride faster, safer and with much more confidence. So I have added a link to the description. Go check it out. And also I have made huge discount offer to you to make the decision easier. So I really welcome you to join my online course so I can start teaching you to ride motocross properly. See you there, and also don't forget to subscribe because a lot of great advice is still to come. See you!